So, all right, let's get to some more controversy. Let's get to some more controversy. The Game Awards. Oh man, we are 1 month away from the Game Awards. As you know, we are going to do the Slander Awards as our annual tradition. But until then, we have the nominees to take a look at. So I have not looked at all the nominees. The only thing I took a look at was Game of the Year. But we're going to start at the bottom and make our way up and see what people are upset about, because I've seen so many takes, mainly about the Game of the Year, rightfully so. And yeah, people are not happy. I think this year, and we haven't even gotten to the actual awards yet, but I don't think I've seen this many people like so upset at just the nominees being announced. It's pretty hilarious. So let's take a look. Let's take a look and let's see if there's anything that I will be upset about, or that y'all want to talk about here that y'all are upset about or want to discuss. So best esports team. I just don't care about this Billy Gaming. What the heck? I've never. It's always a new esports team that I've never heard of. Genji, Navi. I don't know what Navi is. I've heard of Genji, T1, and Team Liquid. Don't care. Best esports athlete. 33. Who the heck? I don't know any. I only know Faker. I only know, and I think Zawu. I don't know any of these people, but those two. So whatever. Best esports game. Counter-Strike 2, Dota 2. Dang, man, y'all still playing Dota? I ain't heard people talking about Dota in forever, man. Dota is definitely just like, yeah, we got some freaking legacy OGs playing that game. League of Legends, Mobile Legends Bang Bang. What the heck is Mobile Legends Bang Bang? Hold on, man. Mobile Legends Bang Bang. So it's a MOBA. Dang. So whatever this, I don't know. When did this come out? Mobile Legends Bang Bang. It came out 2016. Sheesh. Okay. Yeah, I never heard of that, but okay. That's in there. All right. Content creator of the year. Dang. So no love for Kai again. Queso, Illo Wine. Who the heck is Illo Wine? Techno Gamers. I don't know who that is. Typical Gamer. I think I've heard of that person. And Usada Pekora. Who was Usada Pekora? I don't know any of these people except for Queso. So okay. I will be ignoring that one too. Most anticipated game: Death Stranding 2, On the Beach, Ghost of Yote, Grand Theft Auto 6, Metroid Prime 4, and Monster Hunter Wilds. I mean, if I was a Pecora as a popular VTuber, okay, I don't watch VTubers, so I mean that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, I mean, if I was a betting man, I would bet on GTA 6 easily here. Outside of that, outside of GTA 6, what do y'all think here? What are y'all thinking? For me personally, I probably would lean more towards Metroid Prime 4 just because we haven't had Metroid Prime in forever. Ghost of Yote, I'm definitely excited for. Death Stranding 2, I don't care about because if it's going to be the same thing as the first one, then pass for me. And Monster Hunter Wilds, you know, it's World War Capcom over here. World War Capcom over here. I don't care about no damn Monster Hunter Wilds. Y'all already know how I'm rocking, so forget that game. What up, though? So outside of that, I would probably say Metroid Prime 4 as well. But Grand Theft Auto 6, I think that's a shoe-in for a most anticipated game. I'm sorry. Man, y'all know how it is, man. It's gonna be World War Capcom until I get Onimusha. World War Capcom until I get Onimusha. Boycott Yakuza. Hey, chill out. Chill out. We ain't never boycotted Yakuza. Never boycotted Yakuza. So I gotta portray you on that one. It's okay. It's okay. Like I said, Miss 5,000 Watts is like so on it. I ain't never gonna disrespect Miss 5,000 Watts. She's so excited. But she know how I get down. I gotta hate. I gotta hate. So it is what it is, man. Y'all enjoy it. I'm not gonna be playing it. Best multiplayer. Okay, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Helldivers 2, Super Mario Party Jamboree, Tekken 8, Tekken 8 being in multiplayer, I mean, it's interesting. And then Warhammer. Okay, what are we thinking about this one? I like Tekken 8 a lot. Helldivers 2, I didn't get into, but y'all know Helldivers 2 was pretty crazy until they messed up. Then everybody stopped playing it. I like Black Ops 6 a lot, but I would not give it best multiplayer. And Super Mario Party Jamboree, I have not bought it yet. I have not bought it yet, but I need to play it. Me and my wife need to play it, and my daughter. So I have no opinion on that one. And then Warhammer, best multiplayer. I still need to play the multiplayer on that yet. I still need to play the multiplayer. So for me, I'll probably give it to Tekken 8. Black Ops 6, I would probably have my second. But if in terms of just overall impact, Helldivers 2. In terms of overall impact this year, Helldivers 2. I would not be upset at all or surprised if Helldivers 2 still wins even after the controversy. So, all right. Shout out to Magus and Taco Shark. Appreciate you. He said return to the DI stream. Best sports: F1, EA Sports FC, NBA 2K25, Coon K, Top Spin, and WWE 2K24. I don't care, but y'all take y'all pick there. Let's move on. Best sim / strategy game: Age of Mythology, Frostpunk. Can I download 2K? Frostpunk 2, Kunitsugami. That's interesting. Kunitsugami ended up being the best sim / strategy game. I remember everybody was like, "Oh, they like Onimusha." I was like, and then when I found out what type of game that was, I'm like, "Nah, that ain't for me." Manor Lords and Unicorn Overlord. I'm not a sim strategy player, so I don't care. Let's move on. He said Path of the Goddess? Yeah, we all have. Best family game: Astrobots, Princess Peach Showtime, Super Mario Party Jamboree, Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, and The Plucky Squire. This is the ace category. Ladies and gentlemen. I have not played any of these games, but Astrobot has also been nominated for Game of the Year. Super Mario Jamboree, already said I haven't played. Princess Peach Showtime, I didn't play it. Legend of Zelda, did not play that one. And Plucky Squire, I didn't play any of the games. So, I love Mario Party, so I'm gonna be biased towards that, but I need to actually play it. So again, I have no opinion. Best fighting game, okay. Dragon Ball Sparky Zero. Ooh, the first controversy here. Are the anime nerds still talking about Dragon Ball Sparking Zero? I haven't seen too much stuff on my timeline. So are they done? Are we officially done with that trash game? Are we officially done with that? Oh man, Grand Blue, Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection. Why is Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection on here? I know that those are some classic games, but why are we putting that on this list? Do we just not have enough fighting games here? And we just not have enough fighting games. Like, I guess that's why. Why are we putting classic games? That's not a new game, people. Multiverses, which technically isn't new, but it is new because it came back in Tekken 8. I'm giving this a Tekken 8. I would pick Grand Blue as number 2, even though I love the Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection. But this is Capcom. It's still World War Capcom, and I don't believe it should be on this list. Dragon Ball Sparky Zero, you already know how I feel about that. So, yeah, Street Fighter didn't come out this year, so that's why. There's 4 people playing Sparky Zero, and they all live in the same house. Best RPG: Dragon's Dogma, Elden Ring. Shout out to Elden Ring. I want to say this before we move on, because this is the first category so far. Elden Ring has been there. So I remember there was actually a huge announcement that's saying that DLC and remakes are eligible to be nominated. So Elden Ring players, we won. I will say this: Elden Ring players, we have won. I was a little bit worried because I was like, dang, before Metaphor and Dragon Age, which people are putting in their top 2 right now in the running outside of Astrobot, I was a little bit worried about what's going to be Game of the Year, because if y'all remember, the last time we had this in-depth conversation about Game of the Year, people were saying Final Fantasy Rebirth. Do y'all remember? Then y'all remember people were saying Final Fantasy Rebirth is Game of the Year. That was like mid 2024. Mid 2024, people were saying that. So I was like, damn, man, if Elden Ring cannot be nominated, then man, it's gonna be tough. That was before Metaphor. But I was like, damn, if that's what we gotta choose from, then we're cooked this year. This was right before Wukong came out. So um I'm happy. I'm a proponent of this, but I saw some people that were pretty upset that a DLC was in the running. So it is what it is, but Elden Ring was that good. I'm sorry. Elden Ring was that good. So anyway, let's continue on. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, as we already talked about. Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, and Metaphor. This is a very tough category. Outside of Final Fantasy, you could just go. But I mean, I can't even be biased here. Elden Ring, like Elden Ring. Metaphor can give it a run for his money. I don't think Dragon Dogma 2 has enough oomph. It had this little run, but I don't think it had enough oomph. People ultimately got upset at Dragon Dogma toward the end of it, but DLC being considered for Game of the Year this Cyberpunk. I mean, I can't be mad at you, Corvus. I can't be mad at you for that. And again, I think it was because even though Cyberpunk, that DLC was really good, Elden Ring is just a beast in its own. It was damn near its own game. So I think because of that by itself, with Cyberpunk, the DLC was too, but I just think it has so much hype behind it, and I think people legit were like yelling at the Game Awards committee, like, nah, y'all gotta make this eligible, because there's no way that Elden Ring can only be in one category, like ongoing game or best DLC or something. You got to make this eligible across the board. So I think it was a lot more people talking in favor of Elden Ring than people were talking about Cyberpunk. The Cyberpunk, as you remember, Cyberpunk went through its ups and downs. Like, Cyberpunk did not have the greatest launch, and when they came back, then people were like, oh crap. Like, I know Ethos was one of the main people who was like, man, this Cyberpunk DLC and this expansion is so fire. Like, they've done a good job to work on the game and bring it back to, you know, how they wanted it to be at launch. So I think that was the main reason. I just think not enough people were speaking up about Cyberpunk as its own like game, you know, for the DLC. So I think that's the reason why. I'm not disagreeing with you, but I think this is the reason. So in any case, I would vote Elden Ring here, but Like a Dragon would be my bias pick. And then Metaphor, like I said, I wouldn't be mad at Metaphor wins, but I think Elden Ring got it. But it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough between those two. It's gonna be tough. Yeah, I know. I agree, Corliss. I agree. Best ongoing game. I do agree there. And I felt like it was weird too when it was there. But again, I understand now. I understand, and I do agree with you. All right, let's move on. Best action adventure game: Astrobot, Prince of Persia. Shout out to Prince of Persia: Lost Crown getting on here. Silent Hill 2, Star Wars Outlaws, and The Legend of Zelda. This is a tough one for me. I've only played one of these games, but just looking at just the overall landscape, I feel like it would be between Astrobot and maybe Silent Hill 2, unless they're going to be biased and put Zelda there, but I think it would be between Astrobot and Silent Hill 2. I think Astrobot would probably win this one. I think Astrobot probably win that one, but y'all let me know what y'all think. But Prince of Persia would be my personal pick here, but again, I know Prince of Persia is not gonna win. I know it's not gonna win. All right. Let's see. Best action game: Black Myth Wukong. Okay, first category. Wukong is in. Call of Duty. It's Call of Duty. I mean, y'all be killing me. Action adventure and then action. Call of Duty really shouldn't be in here. Helldivers 2, Stellar Blade, and Warhammer. Honestly, I got bored with Warhammer. I don't know why, man. I just kind of got bored with it. But I understand, you know, a lot of people thought it was a good game. I just kind of just fell off of it. Stellar Blade was really good in my opinion. I love Stellar Blade. Black Myth Wukong, even though I had those technical issues, ended up being a good game for me. Black Ops 6, like I said, I don't think it should be in this category. And then Helldivers 2. This is a tough category. I know Stellar Blade is not going to win, but it'll probably be my personal pick here. Outside of that, realistically, I would pick Helldivers 2 to win. I think Black Myth Wukong has a slight shot. I definitely think it has a better shot than Stellar Blade, but Warhammer could also be a sleeper pick. Warhammer could also be a sleeper pick here. What up? What up, boo? Can't believe Foam Stars. Foam Stars. All right, best VR AR. Arizona Sunshine. I don't play VR games, so I don't care. Asgard's Rat 2, Batman Arkham Shadow, which I actually heard was really good. Metal Hellslinger and Metro Awakening. So there y'all go. If y'all play VR games, I don't really care who wins there. Best mobile game. Where's Marvel Snap? Where's Marvel Snap? AFK Journey. Balatro. So Balatro. Never heard of it, and this also caused controversy because people like, what the hell is that? It's always a game that you never heard of that ends up being in one of the top categories. So just get used to it, people. It's games that you never heard of that are going to be there. So, and that's fine. That's fine, because now you can go and look at it and be like, hey, do I want to play that or not? Pokemon trading card game. Pokemon trading card game is going crazy, bro. Pokemon trading card game is going crazy, bro. Taking the world by storm. It's taking the world by storm. I might even take a look at it. I've been playing Marvel Snap like every day, but I might even take a look at it. Wuthering Waves and Zenland Zone Zero. Balatro, even though I don't know what the game is, it has a great chance to win this category. Outside of that, I would say Pokemon. So so I may take a look, man. I may take a look at Is poker roguelike? Poker roguelike. I need to take a look at that, seriously. I like poker. I do like poker. Best debut indie game. So Animal Well, don't know what that is. Balatro, we already talked about that. Manor Lords, Pacific Drive, and The Plucky Squire. I have no opinion about this one. You take a look for yourself, think what you want. Best independent game. So as you can see, Balatro definitely is one of them games. That's one of those games that you probably never heard of. That's gonna end up potentially sweeping these categories. So indie game, Animal Well, Balatro, Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, Neva, and UFO 50. Again, never heard of any of these games, but Balatro was in there again, so I think they has a good chance to win. You basically trying to beat the score in a poker chart, 3 of a kind, flush pairs, give you a multiplier. Interesting. Okay. All right, sorry about that. All right, best community support: Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy. Was that 14? 14, 16, 14. I can't do my Roman numerals right now. Ivy is 14. Fortnite, Helldivers 2, and No Man's Sky. Okay. Community support. This one's tough. This one's really tough. I mean, Helldivers 2 had a lot of community support until, again, that fateful day where they ruined the game. But Baldur's Gate 3 is in here. Final Fantasy is in here. I think Final Fantasy won this category, one of these categories last year, or time before. Fortnite is in here, so it's tough, man. No Man's Sky. I honestly had no opinion. This is a tough category, so I don't know. I don't know who has the biggest community and who supports their community the most. But Baldur's Gate 3, I mean, they have a pretty huge community too. So like I said, I don't know. Best ongoing game, Destiny 2, man. Destiny 2 still hanging on there. Diablo 4, Final Fantasy, Fortnite, and Helldivers. So once again, Final Fantasy, Fortnite, and Helldivers are all in this category. So add Diablo and Destiny. I don't know, man. I don't know. Destiny 2 Destiny 2, Final Fantasy, and Fortnite have been going on for so long. So geez, I truly don't know. I mean, I like Diablo 4, but I've not been back since like the first expansion. I really need to hop back on there because I heard the latest expansion was actually pretty good, but I don't know. I just have not played it. So me personally, I'll probably give it to Diablo 4, but I'm really surprised if Destiny won, if Final Fantasy won, if Fortnite won. I don't know about Helldivers. Like I said, it's pretty new to this list. Helldivers 2 is actually the newest to this list, so I don't know, but I think any one of them has a chance to win. Gains for impact. Oh man, here we go. DEI. This is DEI awards, so don't be surprised if you see those videos or seeing somebody talk about the DEI awards. Indica, Neva, Life is Strange, Double Exposure. I still need to play the Life is Strange too. Senua Saga, Hellblade 2. I actually like that game, even though it did get dry at some point. Tales of Kenzara and Closer to Distance. I don't know what Closer to Distance is, Indica or Neva, but Life is Strange, Senua, and Tales of Kenzara. Games for Impact. I mean, dang, I wish that Tales of Kenzara had a good shot of actually coming out, releasing, and people playing it, but it was pretty much DOA just because the anti woke folks got to it before it could even come out. So I don't Life is Strange has not been out long enough to really make an impact this year, in my opinion. And Senua Saga, I don't think they really made an impact either. So this one was tough for me. I really don't know. What up, Sip? What up, Sip? I mean, personally, bias, I would give it to Tales of Kenzara. But I don't know. I don't know who will win this one. We'll see. It'll be interesting. Innovation and accessibility, Black Ops 6, Diablo 4, Dragon Age, Prince of Persia, and Star Wars. I have no opinion about this one, but you take your pick on who will win that one. Best performance, Brianna White, Final Fantasy, Rebirth, Hannah Telly, Life is Strange, Humberly Gonzalez, Star Wars Outlaws, Luke Roberts, Silent Hill 2, and Melina Juergens. I mean, Melina Juergens just had a pretty like her performance is just amazing. I don't know though. I don't think Life is Strange is gonna win. Silent Hill 2 probably has a chance. I don't think Star Wars Outlaws is gonna win. So my opinion probably be between Melina and Brianna for Rebirth. But Silent Hill 2 could probably get there too. Silent Hill 2 will probably get there. I don't think they're Outlaws or Life is Strange will win this one. So we'll see. But if they give it to Veilguard. Veilguard ain't on there though. Best audio design, Astro Bot, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Final Fantasy Rebirth, Senua Saga, and Silent Hill 2. I mean, Hellblade 2 has some crazy audio design. I don't know about Astro Bot. I have no opinion on that one. Silent Hill 2, I have no opinion. Final Fantasy, I mean, always has some epic music. And Black Ops 6 is just Black Ops. Like, you're hearing the sound of guns and stuff. So, it has a pretty good audio design, but at the same time, you can't hear footsteps either. So, I wouldn't nominate that one. So, in my opinion, it'd probably be between Hellblade and Rebirth, but I wouldn't be surprised Silent Hill snuck in there too. Black Ops, yeah, exactly. The VA for Egon didn't make it. Best scoring music. Oh crap! Yeah, it's another tough category. Astrobot, Final Fantasy, Metaphor. I mean, that scoring music. Woo! But Final Fantasy, again, you don't sleep on it. You may have your opinions on the game, but Final Fantasy always has some epic music. Silent Hill 2 and Stellar Blade. Stellar Blade had a fire soundtrack, man. Like, woo. My personal opinion, outside of Metaphor, man, Stellar Blade would have it for me, but I know it's not going to win. I would give between Final Fantasy and Metaphor here. Final Fantasy or Metaphor. We will see. You voted Stellar Blade. Yeah, like I said, me personally, man, don't sleep on Stellar Blade. Stellar Blade was so fire. Best art direction, Astrobot, Black Myth Wukong, Elden Ring, Metaphor, and Neva. That's another tough one. It can go either way. Elden Ring, Metaphor. I don't think Wukong or Astrobot or Neva. I said, what is Neva? Let me just look this up while we Neva video game. Let me see. Okay. All right. Well, I see. One of those types of games. Okay. I don't think you will win over any of those other games, but I can see why it's there. Best narrative, Final Fantasy Rebirth, absolutely not. The narrative was horrible. Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. I mean, me personally. Metaphor, I get it. Hellblade 2. And narrative, like I said, it was slow at times, so I gotta deduct points. And then Silent Hill 2, I have no opinion on, but I know Like a Dragon is not gonna win. So I'll probably give it to Metaphor here. I know it ain't gonna win though. So best adaptation. Arcane, you know, Ethos, he's gonna love that one. Fallout, Knuckles, Like a Dragon, Yakuza, which I still haven't finished. You know, I feel ashamed. I have not finished Like a Dragon, Yakuza yet. On Prime, and Tomb Raider, The Legend of Lara Croft. I ain't gonna lie, man. Fallout was really good. Fallout was really good, and I kind of like. My daughter was watching Knuckles. I need to like actually sit and pay attention to it. Like we were trying to watch it, and we kind of just let it play in the background. So I have no opinion on Knuckles. Did anybody watch Knuckles in the chat? Did anybody watch Knuckles in the chat? But Arcane, I already know how Arcane gets down. So I know that has a big shot of winning. But I like Fallout. I liked Fallout, man. Fallout was really good, and I was surprised. I'm not even a Fallout fan, but I really like that season 1, man. I really like that season 1. What up, Super? So that's gonna be a tough one. That's gonna be a tough one. But I think Arcane probably got it. You know, they even put it in the little thumbnail there. Best art direction: Astro Bot, Balatro, Black Myth Wukong, Elden Ring, Final Fantasy, and Metaphor. Another tough one. Another tough one. I mean, this is the game of the year right here. This basic game of the year right there. I saw the Final Fantasy, man. So this is a tough one. I have no opinion on that one. And then finally, game of the year. Finally, game of the year. So yeah, it's literally the same thing. Literally the same thing there. So Astrobot, Balatro, Black Myth, Elden Ring, Final Fantasy, and Metaphor. Me personally, like I said, I'm choosing Elden Ring all day. I would not be surprised if Metaphor wins. I don't think that any other game realistically has a shot, but Astrobot could potentially come through and shake up the whole meta here. But I think in between Elden Ring and Metaphor, I don't think that Final Fantasy had a chance here. I don't think that Wukong had a chance. Definitely not on the over Elden Ring. Absolutely not. Balatro, like I said, I have no opinion on, but it is in this category, and people were mad about it being in Game of the Year. But like I said, that's one of those games that you see here is in a lot of these categories. So don't be surprised. Balatro's going to win something. They're going to win something. Maybe not Game of the Year, but they're going to be up there. And then Astrobot. Like I said, Astrobot's in the good number category too, but I think Elden Ring got it though. I think Elden Ring got it. So, yeah, that's it. That's it. So what do y'all think? What do y'all think? I mean, I'm not mad at these nominees, man. I'm not mad at these nominees, but like I said, I'm happy that the Elden Ring was eligible. I'm happy the Elden Ring was eligible. I know that some people aren't, but you know, it is what it is. I've seen some people saying, man, boycott the Game Awards. I'm like, why? Like, why are we getting so upset? It's just an award show. I saw my homie Khalif, and he was like, look, like, I get that y'all are upset about the Game Awards, but like, there are other awards. Like, he hosted an award show. We hosted an awards. So, and y'all liked us. Y'all got to vote. So, you know, if you don't like whoever wins any of these, or you feel like other games should be on the list, then we're gonna run it back. So Game of Illuminati will run it back. We're gonna have our GI awards, and you all can vote on what you think, you know, should win these categories. So they said there are alternatives there if you're upset about this one. You know, this is unfortunately the Grammys of Game Awards, because we never really had anything like this until Jeff Keighley stepped in. But there are other awards, award shows. There are other people that have put in the work and have their own nominees and have their own people, games that are going to win. So, hey, it is what it is. Like you mentioned earlier, it's not the first time expansion been nominated. Yeah, exactly. So, like I said, I'm not upset. I'm not. Where's the Kojima category? Right, where's the Kojima category? He did get one. He got one nominee for best anticipated. So, so that's that. That's that. So, like I said, we will have the Slander Awards 2024. So, you know, come through next month. We will be doing that. And then we're going to do our own award show as well. So, there you go. All right. Speaking of Elden Ring and From Software, rumor has it that Sony is in talks to buy From Software's parent company. So, let's read this article so that we can get some more context here, because this could potentially be major here. I'm personally not a fan of this rumor, so I'm hoping this is just a rumor and does not come into fruition, because I can only see bad things here. But let's read. An exclusive report published today by Reuters, it was claimed that Sony is in talks to purchase Kadokawa, the corporation that owns the majority of From Software, the developer of Elden Ring. It was claimed in the report that Sony wants to acquire the media powerhouse and that a deal could be signed in the coming weeks. Despite the claims being corroborated by two trusted sources close to Reuters and the deal, both Sony and Kadokawa have declined to comment. Of course, they have declined to comment. So it says again, Sony's reportedly looking to acquire the parent company Kadokawa. The claim comes hot off the press from Reuters, just a few months after From Software released Shadow of the Earth-3, an expansion so good to be considered a game of the year. Presently, Kadokawa owns 70% stake in From Software. That's a huge stake, and Sony has around 14%. So this is very important. Sony already has a stake in From Software, so they already have a stake. Rolling it up, Sony already has 2% stake in Kadokawa, so they own 14% of From Software and 2% of Kadokawa. But other gaming titans like Tencent, and don't sleep on Tencent. Tencent owns everything. Tencent owns everything. No, the dang Chinese, man. Kadokawa's history stretches back to 1945. Dang, they've been around for a while. The company was founded as a publisher of books and magazines before expanding to cover video games in the 1990s. From Software has been operational since '86, when it founded to create business software like Kadokawa. From Software turned into video games in the 1990s. So, again, this will be interesting, man, because Sony is trying to make a bigger play at their current stake and own more of From Software or Kadokawa, period. So, I don't know, man. I don't know what to think about this, because everybody has just been asking for Bloodborne on the PC or a remake of Bloodborne, and we literally heard nothing from Sony. I don't know what's going on in the background. I'm not a fan of Sony owning that IP. I wish From Software owned it outright, but again, From Software has worked with Sony for that. They work with Bandai Namco for Sekiro and other games. So, they work with different publishers, and unfortunately, they own the IP. So, it is what it is. That's a game that you got to play sometimes, especially to get stuff over in the US. So I get it. I understand, but it's not the greatest feeling, right? It's not the greatest feeling. But yeah, you're right. You're right, Anubis. Kadokawa is mostly manga and anime. So again, it doesn't make sense to me, because just look at what Sony did with Funimation. What's going on with Funimation right now? Like, they literally ruined it. So for Kadokawa's sake, take From Software out of the equation. If you're just trying to get Kadokawa, what are you going to do with it? That's my question. What are you going to do with it? Because you're already doing basically nothing with Funimation. Are you going to try to make games out of what Kadokawa has under their IP? Let's see here. I'm curious. Kadokawa IPs. Let's see what they have. Let's see if it lists here. What do they own? Because it's a lot of publications. Kadokawa Corporation serves to bring together several affiliated Japanese companies related to the Shoten under what's called the group. Okay, Kadokawa Group. So it's a lot, man. It looks like it's a lot that's going on. It's a lot to read through, so it's not giving me a complete list here. So I know, and they still did nothing with it, man. It's pretty annoying. Pretty annoying. Let's see. Publication, IP creating new content and around publishing, animation, film, web service, education. They doing a lot of stuff. Let's see here. All right, so I have books. Of course, they started with books. Oh, dang, look at that, man. They got Michelle Obama over there, man, Japanese. Like novels and literature, children's books, comics, media. So they're doing a lot of stuff, man. But yeah, it's not really listing like the specific IPs here. What I'm looking for. But it looks like they have a lot under their belt. They have a lot under their belt. So not just video games, obviously, is what people are focusing on. That's the tag, the tag there for a lot of these articles that have came out today. But yeah, they have Acquire, Gotcha Games, Spike Chunsoft, and of course From Software. So yeah, so that's that. But we'll see. Like I said, we'll see what happens. Obviously, Elden Ring or From Software won't be the only thing here, because Kalakawa does, it look like they do a lot outside of gaming. But we'll see. We'll see, like, if this is true, what their true motives are, what their true plans are. So just stay tuned with that, man. Stay tuned with that. All right. And then final news I have here, Battlefield 6 is undergoing playtest. So their biggest playtest ever to prevent another disastrous launch. So Battlefield players have had a reasonably tough time with the franchise past few years. Battlefield 5 launched was a disaster in 2021, 2022. 2042 was worse. Yeah, I personally didn't like that. Officially, EA has said all the usual buzzwords you come to expect in its financial call to promote the next game from innovation to groundbreaking. Remember that we talked about this in another point. Vincent Pella said that they're trying to go back to their roots here. So on the funding front, the next Battlefield is the most resources in the franchise's history. 4 studios are currently working on that. Dang, 4 of them. So DICE, Motive, Criterion, and Ripple Effect. Dang, that's crazy. 4 studios working on one game. More importantly, EA and the studio seem more interested in gaining player feedback this time around, which, as you should. Of course, it's not uncommon for games to have playtests during development. Almost every game has been one point or another, but this time around things are a lot different. Sources say that playtests with external players are happening much more frequently than in past installments. So I need to see if I can get into some of these playtests. And the amount of data and feedback collected is the most the franchise has seen in history. For small feedback such as large scale player tests, Battlefield is now taking the much needed player first approach. In this approach, they'll see continue to play out and coming to the start of the year. And it's understood that EA and the studios have been eyeing up the return of the Battlefield community test environment, but to what scale that's incorporated at this time is unclear. All in all, Battlefield seems to be trying to mend the mistakes it's made, and a return to a modern military shooter with destruction 4 classes and 64 player battles. EA could have a win on its hands. That being said, we're still a yearish from release and things can change. But so far, at least Battlefield could come back. So like I said, I'm slightly optimistic about this. I hope they are thoroughly listening to player feedback. But that's all we want, man. I don't want anything too complicated. I want 4 classes. I want the guns to be simple. I don't want it to be overly complicated. And I want 64 player battles, and yeah, and Levolution, baby. That's all I want. So we'll see. We'll see how this goes. But like I said, I want to see if I can get in some of these playtests and see what's going on there. So there it is. That's all news.